At 90 years old, Johnny Mathis still wakes up every morning in the same Hollywood Hills home he's lived in for over half a century. The one scarred by fire in 2015 and shaken by a landslide just a few years ago. He sits quietly now, surrounded by gold records and fading memories. The songs that once defined generations slip away from him more each day. But his story isn't just about aging. It's about sacrifice, survival, and the price of living a lifetime in the spotlight. Born in a small Texas town during the Great Depression, Johnny grew up poor but surrounded by rhythm. His father, a dreamer who once played vaudeville stages, taught him the power of music when he was just 3 years old. By 8, Johnny had a piano his father built piece by piece in their cramped San Francisco apartment. And from that piano came a sound that would one day echo around the world. But before the fame, there were choices. Brutal ones. In 1956, he had to decide between a shot at Olympic glory or a record deal with Columbia. He chose music, trading a gold medal for a microphone, and it changed everything. His smooth, angelic voice carried him to chart after chart, making him one of the most recognizable sounds in America. Yet behind the velvet tone was a man fighting demons. Amphetamine injections from a celebrity doctor, a hidden drinking problem, and an industry that tried to control him. Through the 60s and 70s, Johnny battled racism on tour, singing under threats of violence in the segregated South, moving constantly on stage so snipers couldn't get a clear shot. Still he sang. He became a symbol of grace under fire. Literally. When rock and roll took over, Johnny refused to vanish. He reinvented himself again and again, recording duets with Denise Williams, Dionne Warwick, and Gladys Knight. His comeback hit Too Much, Too Little, Too Late shot to #1 in 1978, a full 21 years after his debut. But fame came with a cost. In 1982, a single off-the-record comment about his sexuality nearly destroyed his career. Death threats poured in, concerts were canceled, and radio stations banned his songs. He retreated quietly, but he never quit. Decades later, when the world was finally ready to listen, he spoke the truth again, calmly, without apology. That courage made him not just a star, but a pioneer. Through every scandal, every heartbreak, every fire and landslide, Johnny's voice remained untouched, smooth as silk, impossible to forget. Even Nancy Reagan once stepped in to save his life, quietly arranging his rehab when addiction threatened to end it all. By the time he retired in 2025, Johnny Mathis had sold nearly 375 million records, released over 70 albums, and earned a Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award. His final concert, a tearful, sold-out night in New Jersey, ended with, "How do you keep the music playing?" The answer, of course, was right there in front of everyone. He never stopped. Even when memory failed him, the music didn't. Johnny Mathis didn't just sing love songs, he was one. A man who survived the storms, rebuilt his home, and faced the world with quiet strength and unmatched grace. If you believe legends like Johnny deserve to be remembered not just for their hits, but for their humanity, make sure you follow the Backstage Eyes, where the real stories of music's greatest icons are finally told.